Hello everyone and welcome to our presentation. I'm excited to have you here today. We will be discussing real-world IT's approach to governance, risk, and compliance with a focus on SOC2 compliance. Over the next few slides, we'll explore what SOC2 is, why it matters, and how we can help your organization achieve and maintain compliance. So let's get started. Let's take a closer look at the AICPA attestation framework. This is a set of standards used to evaluate controls over systems and data, ensuring that organizations maintain reliable and secure processes. It's particularly focused on service organizations, which play a critical role in supporting other businesses' operations. An important aspect of this framework is customer-driven assurance, meaning that the confidence in controls is built around the needs and expectations of the customer. This approach helps foster trust and transparency. The framework emphasizes a control-based assessment, where the focus is on evaluating the effectiveness of specific controls rather than just the control's existence. This ensures a thorough review of how well controls are actually working in practice. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is SOC2? Well, SOC2 is a type of report within this framework. It's designed to give organizations and their customers assurance about the controls in place related to security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. Connecting this to our overall theme, SOC2 is an essential tool for demonstrating that a service organization maintains strong controls, which ultimately helps build trust and confidence with clients and stakeholders. Let's explore why SOC2 is so important for our business. First, it helps us build customer trust by demonstrating our commitment to security and best practices. When clients see we have this certification, they're more confident in partnering with us. It also supports our enterprise sales efforts, as many large organizations require SOC2 compliance before they move forward. Additionally, having a SOC2 report can significantly reduce the time and effort needed to handle security questionnaires, streamlining our sales process. It's a clear way to demonstrate our due diligence, proving we take security seriously and follow rigorous standards. Most importantly, SOC2 is a key competitive differentiator. It sets us apart from competitors who may not have this level of assurance. Overall, understanding why SOC2 matters helps us align our security practices with our growth and reputation goals. Let's take a closer look at the core components of trust services criteria. First, security, which is mandatory, acts as the foundation. It's about protecting information systems from unauthorized access and ensuring data integrity. Then, we have availability, ensuring that systems are accessible and operational when needed, which is crucial for maintaining business continuity. Next is processing integrity, which focuses on ensuring that transactions are complete, valid, and accurate, so the data processed is trustworthy. Confidentiality emphasizes protecting sensitive information from unauthorized disclosure, a key aspect of maintaining trust. Privacy, on the other hand, pertains to how personal information is collected, used, and shared, aligning with consumer and regulatory expectations. All of these elements together form the trust services criteria, which serve as a comprehensive framework to demonstrate that an organization's controls are effective. These criteria are vital in building confidence with clients and stakeholders, reinforcing that the organization is committed to safeguarding information and maintaining operational excellence. This holistic approach supports the overall theme of establishing trust and integrity in our digital environment. Let's talk about protecting against unauthorized access, which is a crucial aspect of maintaining a secure environment. First, using firewalls and monitoring tools helps us keep an eye on network traffic and block any suspicious activity before it becomes a problem. Next, applying access controls ensures that only authorized individuals can reach sensitive information or systems, reducing the risk of internal or external breaches. It's also essential to have robust procedures to detect threats early and respond quickly, minimizing potential damage. Maintaining a secure infrastructure involves regularly updating and patching systems, as well as implementing best practices to stay ahead of evolving threats. All of these steps align with the core security principle of safeguarding our assets by proactively managing risks and preventing unauthorized access. This continuous effort is vital to supporting the overall security posture of our organization. Let's talk about the importance of ensuring system uptime. This means keeping our systems operational and available whenever users need them. It's not just about avoiding downtime, but about maintaining trust and reliability. Supporting resilience and disaster recovery is also crucial. We need plans in place to bounce back quickly if something unexpected happens. Monitoring capacity and performance helps us stay ahead, making sure our systems can handle growth and operate smoothly. When incidents do occur, a swift and effective response is essential to minimize impact. Ultimately, meeting our availability commitments is about consistently delivering on our promises to users and stakeholders. These principles, collectively called the availability principle, are fundamental to building a robust, reliable infrastructure that supports our overall goals. They remind us that availability isn't just a technical goal, it's a core part of delivering value and trust. Now, let's talk about ensuring accurate processing. It's essential that our systems operate correctly to prevent errors and omissions that could compromise the integrity of the information. Validating both inputs and outputs is a key part of this process, making sure the data going in is correct and the results we get out are reliable. Supporting transaction accuracy is also crucial, especially in financial systems where even small mistakes can have big consequences. This slide highlights the processing integrity principle, which is fundamental for maintaining trust in our systems. Ultimately, by focusing on these points, we're reinforcing the importance of reliable, accurate processing to uphold the overall integrity of our financial reporting and systems. Now, let's talk about how we can effectively protect sensitive business data. First, it's crucial to classify our information assets. This means understanding which data is most valuable and needs the highest level of protection. Once we've classified our data, we can apply encryption controls to secure it, making sure that even if data is intercepted, it remains unreadable to unauthorized individuals. Next, we need to restrict access to this information. Limiting who can see or use certain data helps prevent accidental or malicious leaks. Speaking of leaks, preventing data leakage is a key part of this process. We want to ensure that sensitive information doesn't escape our secure environment. All of these steps are grounded in the confidentiality principle, which emphasizes that we must keep sensitive information private and accessible only to those with the right permissions. By following these practices, we strengthen our overall security posture and align with our goal of safeguarding our business data. Let's talk about protecting personal information, which is at the core of privacy principles. It's essential to ensure that the personal data we handle is secure and used responsibly. Aligning with privacy laws is also critical. We need to stay compliant with regulations that govern data protection. This means being aware of the legal landscape and applying it consistently across our practices. Limiting collection and use of data is another key point. Only gather what's necessary and use it for the purpose it was intended. Supporting individual rights means respecting people's control over their own information, giving them access and options to manage their data. Managing consent appropriately is crucial as well, always obtaining clear, informed consent before collecting or using personal data. Overall, these principles form the backbone of a respectful and trustworthy approach to data privacy, which is essential for maintaining integrity and confidence in our work. Let's take a closer look at Type I, which focuses on design effectiveness. This is a point-in-time assessment, meaning it evaluates the controls as they are at a specific moment. It's like taking a snapshot to see if the controls are properly designed. On the other hand, we have Type II, which covers operating effectiveness. This assessment looks at how well the controls are working over a period of time, typically the entire audit period. It's a more comprehensive view because it shows whether the controls are consistently effective in practice. Most of our customers tend to expect a Type II report because it provides greater assurance that controls are not only designed correctly, but are also operating effectively throughout the period. Now, it's important to understand the difference between SOC2 Type I and Type II reports. While Type I focuses on design at a specific point, Type II verifies ongoing operational effectiveness. Both are valuable, but depending on your needs, one might be more suitable than the other. Ultimately, choosing between these types depends on your assurance requirements and the level of confidence you want to demonstrate to your stakeholders. Let's walk through the key phases of the audit lifecycle. First up is the readiness assessment. This is where we evaluate the current state to see if we're prepared to move forward with the audit. It helps us identify any gaps or areas that need improvement before we start the formal process. Next is control remediation, which involves addressing those gaps by implementing the necessary controls or fixing existing ones to ensure compliance. Once that's done, we proceed to audit execution, where we perform the actual evaluation, collecting evidence and testing controls to verify their effectiveness. Following that, evidence validation is crucial. It's about thoroughly reviewing and confirming that the evidence supports the findings. Finally, we reach report issuance, where we compile all our findings into a comprehensive report that communicates the results clearly and professionally. These steps together form a continuous cycle, ensuring that our controls are effective and that we're maintaining compliance throughout the entire audit lifecycle. When it comes to managing policies and procedures, it's essential to have clear documentation in place. This helps ensure everyone understands their responsibilities and follows consistent practices. Retaining logs and records is equally important, as it provides a trail of activities and decisions that can be reviewed later if needed. Demonstrating control operations means showing that there are effective measures in place to monitor and manage processes, which is crucial for maintaining trust and compliance. Ensuring consistency across procedures helps prevent errors and gaps that could pose risks. Speaking of gaps, it's vital to address and close any during the audit period, so nothing slips through the cracks. Evidence collection plays a key role here. By gathering the right documentation and proof of controls, we can substantiate our compliance efforts and readiness during audits. All of these steps connect back to our overall goal: maintaining a robust and transparent control environment that stands up to scrutiny and supports ongoing improvement. Let's take a closer look at some of the key controls that help us maintain a strong security posture. First up is MFA, or multi-factor authentication, combined with regular access reviews. These are essential for ensuring that only authorized individuals can access sensitive systems and that we regularly verify who has access. Next, change management processes are critical. They help us control and document any changes to our systems, minimizing risks associated with updates or modifications. Logging and monitoring are also vital. They allow us to track activity and detect any suspicious behavior early on. Vendor risk management ensures that our third-party partners meet our security standards, reducing potential vulnerabilities from outside sources. Incident response testing is another key control. By regularly practicing our response plans, we can act swiftly and effectively if a security incident occurs. These controls collectively align with the common SOC2 framework, which emphasizes trust, security, and data integrity. Incorporating these practices is essential for building a resilient security environment that supports our overall compliance and risk management strategies. Let's take a moment to look at how our approach aligns with various standards and frameworks. First, it aligns with the NIST cybersecurity framework, which is widely recognized for its comprehensive structure in managing cybersecurity risks. This ensures we're following best practices that are globally accepted. It also maps to ISO 27001, the international standard for information security management systems, helping us maintain a robust security posture across the organization. In addition, our approach supports PCI DSS controls, which are critical for organizations handling payment card data, ensuring we meet industry requirements for payment security. One of the key benefits here is that it reduces duplication. Instead of managing multiple separate compliance processes, we streamline everything into a unified approach, making compliance easier and more efficient. This unified approach not only simplifies our processes, but also strengthens our overall security posture. Finally, we see how this mapping extends to other frameworks beyond those mentioned, providing us with a flexible, comprehensive, and scalable compliance strategy. By aligning with these standards, we're making sure our security measures are not only effective, but also adaptable to various regulatory environments and industry requirements. So, as we move forward, it's important to remember that SOC2 is an ongoing process. This isn't a one-and-done deal. It requires continuous effort. Controls need to operate daily, which means we have to be vigilant every single day to ensure everything is functioning as it should. Monitoring drift is also crucial. Over time, processes can shift or change, so we need to keep an eye on those deviations and address them promptly. Tracking metrics helps us measure our compliance and performance consistently, giving us clear data to work with. And of course, we should be preparing year-round, not just when audits are due. This proactive approach leads to what we call continuous compliance, keeping us aligned with standards at all times. All of these elements tie back to our overall goal, maintaining trust and integrity in our processes by staying ahead and being diligent every step of the way. Let's take a moment to discuss some of the common challenges we face in this area. First, poor documentation can really hinder our ability to track progress and share knowledge effectively. When documentation is lacking or unclear, it creates gaps that slow down our workflows. Next, inconsistent evidence can cause confusion or mistrust in the data we rely on, making it harder to make confident decisions. Then there's the lack of ownership. When no one clearly takes responsibility for certain tasks or processes, things can fall through the cracks. Tool sprawl is another issue. Having too many different tools can be overwhelming and reduce efficiency. Finally, underestimating the effort involved is a common trap. Thinking something will be quick can lead to delays and frustration. Recognizing these challenges is the first step toward addressing them, and it's important to see how they all connect to our overall goal of improving process efficiency and clarity. Let's talk about how we can effectively maintain SOC2 compliance over time. First, it's essential to embed controls directly into daily operations, making security a natural part of how we work. Automating evidence collection wherever possible helps us streamline the process and reduce human error. Conducting regular internal reviews is crucial to identify any gaps early and ensure our controls are working as intended. We also need to update our controls regularly to keep pace with evolving threats and business changes. Speaking of business growth, aligning our security controls with our expansion plans ensures we stay protected as we scale. Ultimately, maintaining SOC2 is an ongoing effort that requires attention, adaptability, and proactive management.